with their heroes, they basically never want cooldowns because in their mind they just want to keep fighting to try and like retake the lead, it seems.
Yeah.
So that part makes sense, but his lane just looks awful.
Yeah, having a rough lane and playing from behind always feels like you're never ready to fight as Timbersaw is perhaps where things can go wrong. So
like, but actually though, like, what's the worst lane for a Timbersaw? I'm trying to think of a worse lane. It's Witch Doctor or Monkey King.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, what's the best 5? I'm like, probably a Witch Doctor. Okay, what's the best character? Probably a Monkey King.
Perhaps he knows something. Maybe the TheBloodySky can bring us the knowledge of Europe that we so desperately lack in North America.
Yep. You can see there the Monkey with a significant edge over the Timbersaw, both all-time and significantly on this patch, even though it is a much smaller sample size.
Timber is I definitely have issues with this hero overall. I mean, I've cast a lot of Timber games, and my general rule of thumb is if he's not between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower by like 12 minutes, just like taking the creep waves, honestly, even before that, feels like his game's just over. And his impact on the game is not in the win or lose column. He just kind of coasts along, you know?
I feel like I've seen a few too many like first stage Timbersaw picks as well. This one was not, but it just feels like if you want Timber to work, it needs to be picked up when you know you've got a good lane matchup.
Yeah, this looks like a first stage Timbersaw pick, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
First stage, we ran out of bands, we hung him up to dry.
Yep.
I'm ready to eat my words, guys. TheBloodySky, pop off, man. Please.
For sure.
I would like this to get interesting, but show me the way.
Yeah, this lane looks... I mean, a lot of these lanes looks a little bit rough. Even this top lane hasn't been the easiest time for Rises. You're playing against a double nuke. Tidehunter in lane is not really the Kraken Anchor Smash, you know, route that he used to be. This Gush build poses a much bigger kill threat, as we're seeing Moo and Sneyking going in on old Yoda. He perks up the kill, so they will get the kill on Sneyking first, but Moo gets the counter kill.
Yeah, and now Rise is just chilling here with a couple tangos trying to live his own mid. B&M gets him pretty low on Prince, but he's got the Fairy Fire. Yeah. And yeah, we heard this matchup being discussed a little bit last series as well. The general idea being that the Storm tends to do much better in the lane, but there's always going to be that threat in the mid game if you know, you want Orchid first, and he wants Yules first on the Void Spirit. So with the right support, you can become a little bit of fodder for the Void Spirit in the mid game.
A&M continues to pressure Prince as much as possible. It's going to slow down his bottle as he's going to be forced to bring out more salve. So it looks like D&M with a very early bottle while Prince struggles to farm up towards his. So a decent size advantage going the way of D&M in mid.
Yeah, and like, is he going to get any help in terms of the runes? I don't think so.
I guess Rubick can. I think he can leave Timber alone, but I don't feel like Oracle can leave the Slark alone.
I don't even know if you can leave this Timber alone.
Yeah. D&M getting aggressive once again, bullying Prince back. So he brings out the salve now. Pulls a mango. That's going to heal him up a little bit. But D&M, if he gets his 4-minute rune, this mid lane is going to start looking really ugly for Prince.
Yeah, he's got the ward bottom, so it's pretty much just going to be a coin flip at this point.
Yeah. I imagine D&M is just going to gamble on top knowing that Rubick left the lane. But we'll see what he does. If Prince can go top and D&M doesn't gamble on it.
Did he just smoke? I think he just smoked.
Oh,
I think
he's trying to set up a kill here.
I think he saw him on the smoke or the ward though, because he pinged
no. Yeah. So
it's a regen too.
He didn't even go for the top rune because he's afraid of the Rubick rotation, which, you know, fair enough. D&M, I think he makes the right call there, not going for a rune because, hey, he's still got decent health, decent mana, and he can just grab a bounty rune to refill it. Bottom lane, meanwhile, because Rubick left the lane, TheBloodySky is in all sorts of trouble with a level 2 Maledict coming to kill him. Luckily, he gets back to the trees here. Is it going to be enough damage? It's going to be close.
One of the good ones.
It's actually exactly what Jacob said. Like, oh yeah, I'm living. I'm at 20% HP after. Guff come back to lane at half HP. And Peter's like, oh good, he's back. But Peter's actually out of mana here. So he'll get a bit of reprieve as there's 2 mangoes and a clarity coming out. So time to think about another attack option here. And back top. Moog gets forced out. Oh, the 2, man. Impale though.
Oh, he didn't have vision for old Yoda there.
Spikes. Been able to do it.
That should help.
Still, they're probably okay with this, even though they'd rather the kill. They're pressuring Rises. They're winning the kind of exchange of blows and just using their regen more efficiently here. Sneyking coming back. has gotten impaled here with the stick charge. Will force a pounce away from Rise. DNM did manage to bother one of those bounty runes, so he's in the jungle, has hit level 6,
Okay.
and...
What do you do as Rise right now? Like, actually, I mean, he's got 3 tangos coming out.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, if you're level 6, you say you just go jungle, but...
I don't even know if I want my Oracle here right now while this lane's dying. I feel like I'm yelling at my Oracle to go away.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at this point, the thing he needs most is just hitting level 6 so he can jungle. Elsewhere, bottom lane, TheBloodySky with Maldic. This time he will not survive, I believe. The courier does not bring anything that's going to help him. They get the kill. DNM manages to get to the bottom rune. Unfortunately for him, it's going to spawn top. So Prince, his mid lane's suddenly a lot more even than it once was.
All right. Huge though, at least, because that could have been another disaster, honestly, if that regen rune had gone the way of DNM, right?
And Prince with a haste rune, he can theoretically threaten one of these side lanes, either with a TP in or just a straight up rotation. So something Sadboys are going to have to respect when it comes to playing too aggressively, particularly top lane on this Slark.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one he even wants to. I guess top you have a better shot at. You're bringing Zabo mid right now. This time not under ward coverage, but you're a Rubick, so was perhaps hoping that DNM would retreat back to the camp and they could do something.
Oh, back at top, Slark.
Can they get this kill?
On some...
Oh, they might have him.
Rise is going to turn this one. Oh, wait, yeah, bottom lane. DNM goes down. Sorry, back in mid lane, DNM goes down. But top lane, they're trading blows, and Sadboys are going to get the kill on the Slark. Old Yoda trying to take one with him. Sneyking needs to maybe juke in the trees. Old Yoda doesn't have vision for the Purifying Flame. Sneyking going to turn around, and with Prince showing up, Moo has a Fairy Fire here. Is he going to be able to survive his way through this one? The one still on cooldown, one more Purifying Flames is not there, and Moo will survive. So Prince commits a lot on that rotation, doesn't get the kill, but the big kill was the
bottom again though. TheBloodySky is already maledicted. There's one more tick. I didn't see how much damage was before. Not going to be enough.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He's a level 3 Maldic. PPD going for the max Maldic build. Putting a lot of pressure on this poor Timbersaw.
Just going to go regen with the small camp here.
Yeah, it does feel like this is going to be a tough game for TheBloodySky though. His farm is not looking too hot.
Well, at least he knew that coming into it, I would assume. Can't be a surprise.
True. You'll see DNM jump in. Goes on Prince. Luckily for Prince, he managed to get the rune. He's going to turn on PPD. Prince has done a good job, and with the backup of Zabo, he gets the kill. The rune control.
Oh, there you go. All right, we're going for the mental game here. We'll throw some tips on. See if that can do something.
You know, I feel like PPD gets tipped more than like any other player, but at the same time, do you actually believe it affects him?
I just imagine Peter chuckling. I don't think it affects him, knowing Peter.
I feel like he enjoys being in people's heads.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think the team tipping PPD, it's like a team building thing. Like, let's tip Peter, you know. So I guess it helps both teams in a way.
Yeah. That's definitely a rent-free moment for Peter. He's like, oh yeah. Look at that, guys.
Well, A-team are down a couple thousand gold here, largely because of how these side lanes have gone. Both Slark and Timber struggling to get much in the way of farm. So it's stack o'clock. Both supports in the jungle, stacking camps.
That's so tempting. Yeah, you better pounce away. Earth spike him so bad.
Are scanning.
Like doing the math here, it's like 900 HP. You got the Ravage. How much armor has he got? Now it's Storm here. There's no math required. He's just got to get out of there.
Structures are fortified.
Back to the jungle, which with level 6 is definitely doable. So we won't be seeing much of Slark, I feel like, for the next 5 minutes.
No, and so that's one less person for Prince to play with now. He moves through an observer ward trying to find Peter, but Peter will go with the dodge, knowing where he's moving towards, and that means they're not going to get anything bottom and probably not going to get anything mid. Yoda does double back. He's coming bottom.
Yeah, bottom, they've gone on TheBloodySky though. TheBloodySky getting very low, and with PPD showing up, I don't think he's going to get himself out of there, so...
Some very bad things
Yoda,
about you,
look at that.
kind of roaming around this enemy jungle. Yeah, it feels like he was unsure whether to play with his Timber or play with his Void Spirit, and now it's Sadboys who are making a much more organized group move here. Ace Room bottom, PPD's going to be there to pick it up, and old Yoda should be going down.
Yeah, but you got the dispel on the haste ring, see? Some value here.
Just the little things.
Yeah, Sneyking actually still smoked up from that play down bottom. So they'll get themselves a kill. They don't catch the Void Spirit, but the Void Spirit also just on a pretty long excursion without getting anything for himself.
This game just feels rough because it's like, I don't feel like a team can play any of the lanes. There's so many things that threaten to kill them. Like the lines hit 6 now. You've got this maxed out Maledict can zip in from anywhere, Tide Ravage. And heroes like Timber and Slark are just heroes that want to hit creeps, or in this case, probably just hit jungle creeps because they can't play lanes.
Yeah, and it won't be long until Moo has a hood, and they're going to be pretty magic damage heavy for the start of this game, just because the TheBloodySky is just, you know, that pure damage is not going to be coming in that fast right now.
Yeah. They are setting up bottom, so TheBloodySky, you know, he's got backup in the form of an Oracle, but they can barely kill him. Yeah, with 1 TP, I think they kill him, and there we go. TP coming from PPD. That'll bring the Maledict if needed. The cast's going to go. Maledict into Finger, probably the play here. Sneyking wants to hold on and wants the bonus damage, I imagine, but as a result, TheBloodySky's getting kind of far away. Sneyking misses the Impale. I don't know what that was. That's not how that gank was meant to go, I'm pretty sure.
Well, the first time he got a little greedy going for the spike before that hack, which I get because he was in fog, but you know, it just happened the timing didn't line up. But they're back. They want to punish this. It's a good call, but that's a Ravage. So
they've got the Maledict, so Fear going to go charging in, and with Mood backing him up with a Gush. TheBloodySky is getting some of this damage blocked and healed up, but Boundless Strike will secure the kill. Moo going to get the Ravage, nicely catches up too with DNM showing up, and they bring down Prince here. They're going to throw the Death Ward here. PPD, that's still going to hit him. Oh, Exy goes down here, so it actually ends the Death Ward, and Prince doesn't have an Astral Step, but he's still alive for now. Zabo stole Ravage. Had to use it defensively, unfortunately, and Prince getting slowed down is going to be brought down. The Sadboys still win the fight, even though it was a bit of a chaotic one.
Peter got blown up by that Purifying Flames, Fortune's End, Dissimulate, and Resonate Pulse. That was all in a single second. Absolutely eviscerated there.
Sneyking still looking for that first Finger of Death kill. Not a big deal if you're not building up the damage. Not a pub game where do some memey stuff with that.
Yeah, but you know he's disappointed. You know, he just had a next game that's a little bit rough. He's like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna swag on him this game. I'm gonna pick me lion. We're currently under a sentry, so hopefully they don't come up here right now. It's back to the river. Prince, this game, man, maybe you can do something. He's played very well, I would say, considering the circumstances.
I like what he was doing bottom, where he's just like, I may die again here under the enemy tower, but we need to make something happen. So it's like, he's kind of just playing that sacrificial role for his team.
His team's MO, I guess, apparently. That's just what they do. They dive. Oh, Zabo here, Fear lurking.
It's a 3-man smoke from Sadboys. They are coming top. Looks like they want to back up Fear. They may run into TheBloodySky instead, and they're going to get ball in with the Orchid. The perfect follow-up, but the follow-up does eventually come in with the Maledict. They're going to bring down TheBloodySky, but can A-Team turn this one around? Initially, it looks like they want to fight. PPD getting very low. The Boundless Strike nicely catches 2 Moose here, but without a Ravage. He may go on Prince here, and without the Astral Step, he doesn't have a good escape here. Pops it to Dissimulate just to get away from it, as Oracle gets picked off instead.
See, now you win the fight, but Sneyking popping it early doesn't get his charge. You know? You see what he was up to there.
Yeah, you may have I imagine PPD had some words about what happened bottom, which is like, just finger when I Maledict, you know? I don't care about your bonus damage.
Bottom tower is under attack.
What? 3.58 deaths for 10 minutes?
It's not the kind of stats records you want to be setting, but they're looking to, you know, set some kill stats here. They instantly run and kill the Tide before any kind of Ravage can come into play. And we'll pressure this T1 mid tower. I like
these guys,
how
man.
relentless they are.
Yeah, it really, that's the word, man. They just go.
Is under attack.
I mean, there is no off switch. Yeah, there have been teams like this in the past, but the way that it carried them, like, oh my god. Zabo is going through the tier 2 for the Ravage.
Stolen Ravage. We'll catch out 2. Can the follow-up do anything here? DNM comes in with his Orb, unfortunately, and that could spell the death of some of these. Prince gets kept alive by the false promise of the Oracle, saving Prince to TP out. I don't know if this is going to work, Prince. That's a Maledict in your fountain. It's not going to work. Nice attempt on the TP. But unfortunately, the damage was just too much, and TheBloodySky as well around the mid lane is going to be popped off. Sadboys win another big fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What do you think A-Team's going to do when they respawn, Trent?
Well, you know, I just have this sneaking suspicion.
Dire's middle
I mean,
tower
this is what
has
the pep talk was like, yo, guys, Ravage is down, all right? Let's go. Yeah. We just got to fight them.
Yep.
Do this.
Sabo's like, I've got to
Dire's
smoke.
middle
We're ready.
tower is under attack.
I honestly, like, we're kind of laughing at it, but that is probably the right call. Slark just finished defusal, so I
Yeah.
think the big change that needs to happen is bring Slark this time.
Oh, it's so hard. But yeah, like teams have done this before, right? Where they kind of gained this notion. This is like exactly how they play every single time, and yet somehow it still works. But those kind of teams, like they basically just got way better at team fighting than everyone else. That's what carries you, right? Is that your execution is just like godlike. So, A-Team, you know, the only way to get better is to practice. So we'll just keep running bodies at people.
And a bit of an odd smoke. So Sabo smokes
Yes.
himself TP's bottom. They thought Fear was going to go for this creep wave. Even if Fear does make a mistake and go for that creep wave and die, it just doesn't feel like a significant kill. Like, yeah, it's a core, but you want to take a big team fight on the enemy side of the map with this smoke. And of course, it's Fear. You know, this guy's map sense. He knows what's going on. He wasn't going for that extra creep wave.
Yeah, at the very least, Oracle did get a half-decent ward down while he was also still smoked up, and now he brings out another sentry and a smoke.
Dire are
I don't think
scanning.
he's burned this one quite yet, though.
Dire's middle
A lot of
tower
time's gone
is
by.
under
Ravage
attack.
is up in 40 seconds, though.
Are they gonna smoke again? They're smoking again. Man, these guys are relentless.
They're going to run into Mui. I don't know if this is the best target
the
to run
ward.
into. They're pinging him.
They didn't pop under it. Meanwhile, on
Top
top.
lane, meanwhile, yeah.
We'll just ignore that. Go back mid.
Okay, yep, they got Moo. Can they kill him quick enough? Because backup may come from the top lane. Moo, it's pretty tanky. Pops the hood. Yeah, they can surely kill him. He's got no Ravage. I say that. Okay.
Surely.
They will. You know, it may be a tide, but
Bottom tower is under attack.
Sadboys team was in the top lane. So Moo goes down, offlaner for offlaner, but it does feel like that's a win for Sadboys just because they're actually farming the map while A-Team is just like running at heroes.
2 smokes
And-
a lot of
yeah.
time,
Dire's
and
top
no
tower
Ravage
is
popped.
under attack.
So I would call that a win for sure for the Sadboys.
We're going to be running out of smoke soon. We'll see what A-Team's next moves are going to be. Slark is continuing to farm, but the unfortunate news is that his other cores are not. BloodySky and the Timbersaw particularly.
They got him kind of sandwiched here.
Yep. Rises comes in. PPD is being just left to die. So nice rotation from A-Team, and
Is under
Maybe
attack.
BloodySky gets really lucky.
back in the Orchid. Yep. Didn't have the Dark Pact, and they follow up with a Ravage and pick off the Slark. Nicely played.
It's always 1 step forward and
Sadboys.
2 steps back.
Yeah, it really is. And unfortunately, it's about to be another step back as Zabo gets picked up. As does old Yoda here with the Orchid. That's going to stop any kind of a false promise from happening. Storm, one of those perfect heroes to play into Oracle because you can just jump the back line.
There's really no option either as Oracle.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Like,
under
either you
attack.
just false promise yourself and then all your allies die, or you like buy back pretty much. And you hope that Storm wasted a lot of mana on you. Oh, but he gets an Arcane Rune now, so it's okay.
All's well, that ends well for Sadboys, and this
Dire's middle
series
tower is
so
under
far going
attack.
swimmingly as they're gonna play around this mid lane, maybe try and get one of these tier 2 towers before the 20-minute mark, but that's probably easier said than done. They have not got Ravage, but they still holding the high ground here. Dire Ward spots him, they know with the
they have a
Orchid.
ward.
Rises Dark Pact it off, plus had the Oracle false promise to back him up, and yeah, they're gonna break down the Monkey King. Good start to the fight.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yep, playing around that ward there. PPD with the TP out. Oh yes, they just barely get the TP cancel here, and they want more. They're going to keep on chasing, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to keep up the move.
Well, the thing was, Sadboys didn't expect them to just run back into them. So that must have caught them off guard. But yeah, I mean, they all just sat there under the tower, and Rise knew that he was under vision. I mean, there was a ward on the low ground, but there were also heroes up there, so he just kind of ran up and face-checked
Yep.
it and instantly shadow danced. He was not messing around, you know, didn't try and like max it out this time or anything.
Over here.
And DNM doing some quick math here with the Arcane Rune.
Yep. Believe might have this one. Yep. He couldn't go down for it. Will he pay the price? Mood does not have Ravage in. He may have done the math about whether he could get the kill, but he did not anticipate the response, and it's 18 bouncing back. Fear shows up with a Wukong's command. He's going to look to turn and fight this one. Sneyking gets the Hex. That's on the Slark Prince in all sorts of trouble, and old Yoda did not have the false promise. Now getting caught by an Impale plus Finger. Sneyking gets the bonus damage this time around with a stolen Finger of Death. Okay. Fear's dead. And Rise is going to turn this one around. Rises goes charging in. Once Sneyking gets caught by an Impale plus Balancing. Oh no! Disaster for Rises. Oh, he was trying to make something happen there, trying to go for a big play, but Sneyking and TPD were ready for it. The two supports. Zabo gets a kill on the way out.
I'll give him that. That was nice.
These guys are bonkers, man. They're fun to watch. I'll give him that.
Constant aggression once more, and the tip was nice.
Yep.
It almost helped turn it there. But I mean, Sadboys are, I don't know, I feel like they've just kind of got this thing on lock now, and the same logic. We're just like, okay, well, we'll just always bring 5, and we're a lot stronger than you guys right now. So what else is in your playbook?
Yeah.
Because if you guys just want to keep doing this, we'll just keep doing this all day. That's fine.
Yeah, at no point does it feel like any of A-Team's heroes, apart from the Slark, are getting stronger by this continuous fighting. Whereas it feels like, yeah, Sadboys are just generally scaling better, and the fights are just generally better traits for them.
Oh, well, TheBloodySky. Yeah, this is a depressing game. You just get, like, completely solo killed by a storm. There's nothing you can do. But yeah,
It does feel like, like you say, there's nothing he can do, but at the same time, what he has to do is just keep pushing out these lanes, getting what form he can, and then eventually he's going to die. Like, I feel like I've seen Ice play these games where he struggles on Timbersaw and just ends up going, like, you know, 0 and 10, because that's all he can do is keep pushing that bottom lane.
yeah. It becomes a real problem with the underfarmed hero of the Timber, and they're going to smoke up. They're going to move in themselves. Genius hero pick for the A-Team, because they fight so often that, you know, it's infinite growth on the permanent Agi.
Ooh.
So we'll see
of
what other
those
heroes
already.
they bring in their repertoire later. You know, some punches or something.
Sneyking has the Hex. Oh, there we go. Gets the Hex out a little bit slow. Immediately perched off by the Oracle, but that just gives them vision of the Oracle. Sneyking gonna make sure they get that kill and also force out the false promise. Prince, you know, kept alive.
I think he was looking at the creep wave, looking at the heroes up there, and walked into a Void Spirit, not really expecting it or something.
Looking for me.
Yeah. Look at Oddball in from far. Does just go for the creeps. Now he finds the Slark, who did not get the Dark Pact off, and Sneyking gonna follow it up with a combo, which will bring down the poor Slark.
Yes, Lion redeemed once you get the Aether Lens, that is for sure. You know, vastly improved once that's brought in. You can actually cast your spells.
Plus that level 2 finger now, a full minute shorter finger cooldown, and he gets the Philosopher's
Now
Stone
we're
for
talking,
Sneyking.
yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dream item for a Lion.
All right, well, guys, in 25 seconds, the Slark's going to respawn. And Roche is up, which, I mean, Sadboys will probably start heading towards that soon. Thus, I imagine the A-Team will also head towards it soon.
Oh, they'll head there. They're going to be down to fight. I don't know how well that fight's going to go for them. It feels like Sadboys have itemized pretty well to deal with this Slark. The Halberd, Monkey King's going to have an Axe Scepter and can just drop down the Wukongs, but we'll see what A-Team has to say about that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, they kept their outpost until past 20 minutes. Total stomp, not happening. It's good. Got that.
Fear at top, Boundless Strike into Orchid. Gets it just barely in time. I don't know what happened to Fear, but he did actually end up stunning himself there, and Sneyking does not have a Finger of Death, so they're not going to get the kill on Rises, so...
He gets zipped through by the storm on his terrain.
Oh, that's exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's a classic.
He had to, I mean, they kind of had to do it that way with the Boundless into Storm Zip with the Orchid, but he just couldn't get off the tree in time. A nice turnaround from A-Team.
That's what it takes for a turnaround for A-Team. They will take it.
Yep.
And they're smoking. All right, DNM, Mulo.
Okay,
Oh,
ready
they
to
ran
move.
damage.
I mean, this is Rise to at least build up some extra shit, but he's going to perhaps look for a new target here. And unfortunately, DNM's found the backline. Depends on the Rubick to start things off. Oh, Yoda, he could be next, and with the Rabbit, I don't think he's going to get a chance to use any spells here. And oh no, Prince is being comboed by the cars. The Death Water followed up, and TheBloodySky in all sorts of trouble. Rise is going to quickly find himself in a 1 versus the world kind of situation here. No Shadow Dance TP available. And with an Orchid on him, he's going down. Question is, can TheBloodySky get away? And it looks like he will be let free. Well,
Yeah.
It didn't go according to plan, but now Ravage is on cooldown. So it's go time.
And thus, we must engage. I mean, things looked okay at the start. Fear got really low, and they did eventually get him through the
Bloody
timber
Sky.
chain too. Yeah.
I don't think
Buddy?
Sadboys even realize he's here. They were like surrounding him without even realizing it, and then suddenly they're like, "Oh, hey, Storm went to farm that cap, and they just happened to find a Timbersaw."
This is a bold farming strategy there, I gotta say.
Rubick with the voodoo switcheroo.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Interesting.
Yeah, very early. I mean, I guess this is the build on Witch Doctor you've been seeing, this Ag Shard rush.
Usually there's like a glimmer first or something, but we've seen a couple just straight up rushed. How good is it this game? Is there anything that's like makes it super strong? I mean, versus the Void Spirit, it's kind of nice. Because like he's sort of predictable and everything, so you can like dodge stuff, and he's not going to have the Agnums for a while.
Yeah, it seems kind of cool, like you say, as a kind of self-save mechanic.
That's definitely its best feature. I don't think like I mean, the damage is cool and everything, but I more view it as like extending your life in a team fight.
Yeah. In general, Witch Doctor's ultimate feels like one of the kind of slightly weak points of the hero in a lot of games, where the damage just doesn't do enough damage off it.
It's like you smoke at level 6, you get a couple kills, you're like, sick, my ulti was good this game. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, we'll see if A-Team can do anything about this Roshan. Tide's Ravage down only for 15 more seconds, and if they have any smokes here, they've got one. Old Yoda not to go for it. Instead, they're going to go on bottom where Slark has already died. They were trying to TP in to save him. Instead, they're just going to TP and get some kills. Sneyking gets picked off there. Rosha's going on. TheBloodySky seems to notice. He's making a beeline towards. He's going to be careful. They may just say, okay, we'll just, we'll take the Timbersaw kill. And that's exactly what it looks like Sadboys going to do. They get Roshan, and then they're going to go on TheBloodySky next. PD using the shard. As the Death Ward's going to come out and bring down the Timbersaw.
And they put the Aegis on Fear here, interestingly enough. I think because DNM zipped out, that's the only reason. Otherwise, you'd probably like it on your Storm. But I don't think it's a big concern this game. They're pretty happy. No Witchblade Monkey King. Oh, I've been enjoying that one, actually.
Instead opting, yeah, for the BKB, which is perhaps the one thing that Slark's going to need before A-Team can, I don't know, maybe go for one last hurrah.
Yeah.
It does feel like they're going to be really far behind by the time he picks it up.
The Witchblade's really nice when you can like bog down your enemies, but there's like a Slark, a Timber, a Void Spirit. I think you went for the right items, but it's a pretty cool build. The monkeys just start slowing everyone.
I'm not going to look to defend this bottom tier 1 tower, but Moo has a Blink Ravage here that you've got to respect. Oracle, old Yoda revealing himself to D-Ward. You've got to be careful. If DNM's in the neighborhood, he's just going to zip in with that BKB and just take out old Yoda first. Sadboy's going to smoke up. They've got a great ward here. They have the vision of basically everything, and they're drawing a line to do a little wraparound. Team, I don't think they expect this one. PPD leading the way. Switcheroo. DNM going to go in. The Ravage follow-up. Old Yoda, he's going to be the first target, so no false promise for this fight. Rises, pops the Shadow Dance early, but gets stunned in it by the Boundless Strike here. Moo doesn't have the Ravage anymore, but has an Aegis match. He's trying to bail up here, but Fear has the Aegis, so he doesn't mind. They go down. Sneyking blinks in with the Impale. Buyback from the Oracle. Candace turning around. The Finger of Death comes out, doesn't actually get the kill. And Sadboys not quite having the success they were hoping for initially, but they finally get the Slark here. DNM out of mana, but will take out the Oracle for a second time here. And TheBloodySky with Maledict on him. Going to get gushed up.
Oh, the Yule's timing.
Oh,
nice.
Boundless Strike is there. The cast, the stolen cast, doing a good job actually to stop any chase, so TheBloodySky may survive. Sadboys instead charge forward DNM and doesn't look like they'll find any more kills.
Yeah, Zabo got the blink out after getting orchided, so managed to escape there. But yeah, it's still going to be a win for Sadboys, obviously. Kind of felt like a situation where maybe they can get a full-on wipe, but they get, what, 3 kills overall? Only the buyback on the Oracle.
Yeah, they lose the Aegis, but that's just going to kind of delay out the game a bit more, I guess, from Sadboys' perspective. You just have to play a little bit safer in your fights.
Yeah, I don't think he would have farmed out the full BKB with his Aegis anyway, and any time to use it. So I'm fine with just using the BKB or the Aegis to go like fight and gain more gold. Like, yeah, you know you're gonna win the fight.
Zabo blinks in. They want DNM here. How do they got the damage? They've got the silence fall, but DNM just pops the BKB and
he's mad.
will take out the Rubick. Perhaps they were thinking the BKB was on cooldown, but that was not the case. It's TheBloodySky will get the Timber Chain away. Bounty runes will be picked up. DNM can bottle it for some mana regen, and Sadboys have full control of this dire triangle now.
TheBloodySky does the self fuels while his Timber Chain's flying, so that he can't get stunned up in that window. You don't actually see that done that much anymore. But it's a good way to stop like the blink in from Sneyking or something, from stopping him from completing it.
Yeah, it feels like they've got a lot of ways to cancel that Timber Chain in this game, so makes a lot of sense. Rise is going to get the hell out of top lane. There's a lot of Sadboys heroes were converging on him. We'll see Sadboys perhaps wait for Fierce BKB. Though it does look like the rest of the team are happy to play pretty aggressively around this mid lane. Storm with the ward.
Yeah. Remember that time he initiated on me? Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't even have the BKB there. He is unafraid. Once more. Goes on. Rises, who does have the spider legs to get the hell out of there, and now TheBloodySky is going to be a little bit careful. He's losing all his mana to this mana drain. Sneyking with the maxed out mana drain, making his life a little bit miserable there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And whipping his team into shape.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is
Oh,
under
the
attack.
blink down bottom. Sneyking caught Prince in the trees TPing.
Uh-oh. Well,
Sneyking didn't see him, I don't think, though.
Perhaps? Yeah. Has another blink soon, and with an Aether Lens, okay, seems like he's been juked. Or perhaps he was just, you know, afraid that, I'm pretty sure the Void Spirit wins that 1v1 fight. He needed backup.
Dire's bottom tower is
Man, Moo
under
just
attack.
runs into the tier 1. It's always a great feeling in a game when you're winning so hard. You just do this.
So you need a creep wave. Make sure you catch the creep wave so you don't have to worry about that split push bottom.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
But don't imagine we'll see them. They can't go for this tier 2 bottom right now because their bottom lane is not being pushed out. So
Yeah, it looked like Sneyking was thinking about going to guard it for a second, but I don't think it would have worked out anyway because Prince is out of there. So they're going to smoke back towards top after Rises, and they're just trying to cut out his next move, but he TPs all the way back to the fountain.
yep. Didn't want to grow for that bounty rune, so it looks like all 4 go the way of Sadboys. So
21 kills in 31 minutes, the tied kill record for this time on a Storm Spirit in game since TI5. Whew, with Cicada and Iceberg.
I didn't realize he had 21 kills, and at the same time, I also
did I.
didn't realize Sadboys have 40 kills in just 32 minutes. Usually 40 kills is like, 60 minutes in.
Oh,
but
down bottom, the Aether actually did connect on a
Okay.
fear, but
is he going to TP out? Yep. Plays it safe.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense again with how we talk about how 18 play that they're going to have these very high death counts and kill counts for their opponents.
At the same time, they've got a decent amount of kills themselves. A lot of teams down 17k gold would have like 6 to 8 kills in a game like this. But different way of playing Dota that's worked for them in the past, but when you're versing these higher tier NA teams, hasn't been successful for A team who've had defeats at the hands of, I believe, Undying as well as EG, I think they played.
Either them or the Zoomers, I can't remember. I know it was 2 of the harder teams.
Yeah, it might have been Zoomers actually.
Yeah.
Feels like NA, there's like a clear top 5 teams, and then there's like kind of a clear bottom 3.
Yes, this is not necessarily their competition in terms of the final standings.
Yep. Sadboys, they've got the high ground, and unfortunately for 18, they smoked up looking to make a play here.
Yeah, Prince popped. He had a panic to simulate because he didn't want to get jumped on by the lion. Probably a good call because they were under vision too.
Such a hard way, place to smoke, because Sadboys are happy just to sit on that high ground with their ward there and let the smokes pop, particularly during daytime where they'll instantly have vision of whichever hero it is.
Yeah, and now they've got the creeps on the base, so time to come home here, A-team.
Yep. Not the best heroes to pressure the tower with, but Fear is still going to put himself on the high ground with move. A bit of Vlad now as well, and TP's, yeah, they've got to come. Zabo has a stolen Earth Spike, so not bad spell. Tower going to be claimed here.
They're trying to bait with his DNM illusion.
I don't think that one's working.
Real cute.
DNM
Now you
just
send
hiding
the
in the
real
trees.
hero next. That's the actual play, you know?
ENM is just waiting for Vision of Oracle. You can see, look at old Yoda just behind the throne. Because if you see this Oracle, you just jump him. There's no real counterplay for the Storm doing that, particularly if he pops his BKB, but I don't even think he has to pop his BKB when he jumps the Oracle.
Rise is just in the Radiant Triangle, still waiting for this bounty rune.
Top barracks
They're
are
getting
under
close, though.
And he
He
gets
is
both bounty
BKB,
runes.
so fine.
Hey, they got, I think, 3 bounty runes, right? A-team. Bouncing back.
Nice, nice. One step at a time. Hey, it was a 17k lead. Now it's a 15k lead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it feels like Sadboys is just letting this kind of game go into a bit of a lull while they waited for this Roche to respawn, and they can now either take Roche or just force a fight around this Roche pit, which they're surely favored to win.
I mean, a lot of the gold was also just like floating. It was just like tied up in inventory in the wallets, and now you're being seeing it spent. Like Sneyking has an Octarine core for some reason. I mean, he is an Aether Lens, yeah, I mean, it builds into it now, but I don't know if this is necessary. I like it though.
More fast range. Rises gets jumped in and gets deleted before he can even pop the BKB. And this is the problem for the Oracle. Oracle has to stand so far away from the Slark or you get jumped by Storm, and as a result, the burst damage from Sadboys can just delete the Slark before he pops BKB.
Alright, decent item though in the BKB, but feels like if you buy back on your Slark, this game just feels even harder.
ENM jumps in, will force out Prince's BKB. He goes charging in with it. Sneyking, he pushed back, but...
Oh, here we go. The finger though, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Stolen with the bonus. Roughly 1,000 damage it looks like. 1071.
Start building up his finger of death kill damage. They're gonna buy back the Slark and just smoke a Roche. Sadboys instantly don't even go for it. They're like, all right, they want to fight? Back to the high ground. This is our high ground.
Look at
Just
Peter.
gonna run in.
Yeah, he knows.
Peter's gonna be careful. He goes into the voodoo form. He's gonna turn on the Slark with the Ravagers while they take out the Slark. It's a dieback and Voice Break dead as well. With that buyback, this is surely game over. We'll see if they call it, they play it out. They're gonna call it, but I love that Witch Doctor can frontline.
That was sick. Yeah, that was a
the
great
switcheroo
of the shard.
Radiant
Like, they know exactly what's coming. I'm gonna pop this smoke, send it to one of our wards, and the second Slark's flying through the air, I'm a death ward. Genius.